you're you're a Rams playoff quarterback. You played on a really good team. I mean, that just happened to face the Bears, the '85 Bears. I mean, that's an argument of the greatest team of all time.
Correct.
It's just one of those things. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me, but I feel like, somebody's got to basically kickstart this whole movement, because I just don't feel like the NFL history is celebrated enough. That's just my opinion.
Right. Well, I think you're right. I mean, as far as that year in particular, you are talking about one of the all-time great defensive teams in the history of the league. That year that won the Super Bowl was obviously the Chicago Bears, and I am proud of the fact that playing with the Rams that one year, that I was 11-4 as a starter, and pretty high up on most of the passing ratings in the NFL in my first year there. And so I'm proud of the fact that I felt like do quite well, and I think that I'm certainly proud of my accomplishments playing in the CFL and what I was able to do up there. I wish I had the opportunity to throw the football in the NFL like I did in Canada, and I do think the results would have been similar. But that's, I chose a team that I wanted to, that I thought had a chance to win and be a playoff team and have a chance to win it all. And that's why I chose the Rams. I could have signed with Buffalo, and I could have signed with the Green Bay Packers, possibly the Cleveland Browns at that time. But the Rams were a team that I thought had a chance to win it all, and that's why I chose that team. I probably could have gone to a team that more suited my quarterbacking ability as far as throwing the football and playing a wider open offense, but I was willing to take the chance to play with a team that didn't throw the ball quite as much, but had a chance to win it all. And it was late in my career, and that's the reason I chose the Rams.
Yeah, and it's really cool, and I'm sure it was kind of crazy. I mean, I know you guys were, run first offense, but you have to, obviously you understand when you go in the building and you see Eric Dickerson, the big 6'3", sprinter speed guy. So, it must have been crazy to basically hand the ball off to him and see him work and everything, and being around Ellard and that defense. I mean, you guys had Nolan Cromwell, Leroy Irvin, Gary Green, Johnny Johnson. I think his son actually plays for the Rams now. So, John Johnson III. But, it's just it's pretty crazy. And, I feel like those 80s Rams teams should have had a couple Super Bowls that they didn't end up getting. And, it's unfortunate. But, again, playoff teams, I just feel like these need to be celebrated more. And, I appreciate your accomplishments, and I appreciate that you were a Ram. Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. And honestly, then you the whole Ring of Honor, and you're in the CFL Hall of Fame. So, I mean, you've made quite a career out of basically being undrafted or not going into the draft or whatever. So, I commend you for that.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And those. The CFL Hall of Fame and the Ring of Honor in Winnipeg obviously is two of the accomplishments that I really appreciate is more than anything in my career. And I really, really enjoyed going to Winnipeg last year, 2 years ago, for that Ring of Honor. That was quite a thrill. Also, being able to go back here in October for for this book signing deal that we're going to have there in Winnipeg. It's going to be, quite an honor to go back up there for that, and looking forward to that.
Yeah, honestly, I love what you're doing, and I can't wait to promote that because I hope it kicks butt.
Yeah, well, I think it will do quite well. We're really thinking that this is going to be something that people are going to enjoy, and obviously, like I said, there's a couple of foundations that are going to benefit from this that we are thrilled to do, and so we hope it does well.
I definitely think it's going to, and hey, Dieter, I really appreciate the time you've taken out of your day to come on my show and basically celebrate your career, because I think like I said, I've talked to people, everyone has a different story, but man, this is really eye opening. I can now officially check off that I have spoken with a CFL Hall of Famer, which I have never done before, and somebody that has played for both the NFL and the CFL at a high level. Dieter, I really appreciate it, and maybe someday I'll get to meet you in person.
I'd love that, Jake. I appreciate you having me on your show, and thank you so much for this time.
Absolutely, Dieter. Anytime. If you ever want to come on during the season and talk ball or anything, let me know. I'd love to have you on again. And you take care, and I will be promoting that. Just let me know when the link drops, and I'll promote that for you. All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jake. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome, Dieter. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Well, that's the podcast for Jake Ellenbogen. He was Dieter Brock. This has been another Throwback Thursday edition. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned as always. Training camp is going to start ramping up, so we will have a bunch of awesome content on downtownrams.com. We do plan on releasing that for you. It was a little dead, so creative juices apparently weren't flowing. We've really just been doing the podcast, and we'll start getting some content out there for you. Maybe some 53-man predictions, maybe ranking all 90 men on the Rams roster. So stay tuned on downtownrams.com. We'll have stuff coming out, and we'll have some podcasts again. We're going to go up to, I think, 4 podcasts a week when the season actually starts. So I'm really looking forward to that. And really, just want to keep rolling along with this. I know I've gotten a lot of DMs and fan mail about the Throwback Thursday editions, these episodes. I'm getting requests, really just trying to keep it as real as possible. When you get to interview these guys, it's pretty special. They're giving you the time of day and everything. And how I look at it is, Dieter Brock is just somebody, I reached out to him, and he, basically got back to me very quickly, wanted to come on my show. So, I really appreciate that from him. And, I just like, basically sharing these guys' accomplishments. And, one guy said this, one guy I had on, Tommy Polly, he said, once, basically he was surprised that anyone wanted to interview him because, once we're gone, we're gone. And how I look at it as, we got to be better than that as a community. If you are a Rams fan, you have to, be better than that. You can't just, forget about the past. There are, some amazing players that have donned the horns. And, I think it's very important to recognize that. Dieter Brock is one of the long list of starting quarterbacks that have made the playoffs with the Los Angeles Rams / St. Louis Rams / Cleveland Rams, with the Rams, period. So, I definitely enjoyed having him on. I hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll be back with another podcast, regular podcast. And then we'll have, obviously not going to stop the Throwback Thursday. So we'll do that next week. So we'll get this rolling. Really excited for training camp and everything it brings, but keep in mind, while we operate during the regular season and, the current Rams are out, playing and on their quest for another Super Bowl, I'm not going to stop doing the Throwback Thursday because we got a ton of stories to share. People have a ton of stories to tell, so I'm just going to keep doing that and hope you guys continue to listen. For Jake Ellenbogen, and again, he's Dieter Brock. I hope you guys, take care, and, I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.
When will you save me, Los Angeles? When will you save me?